types of visas required to visit different countries. Welcome back, guys, to my channel. This is Malvika, and today we are going to talk more about visas, which is what are the kinds of visas, the types of visas which take us to different countries. Each country has its own way of providing a permission for an individual of another country to come to your own country, and that's why the visa is required, right? As Indians, our passport doesn't rank very high, which means that it is not strong enough, like say a German passport or a Singaporean passport. It is not as strong, and therefore Indians need visas for almost all the countries. But there is always a hack around things, guys, and most of the Indians don't know how to go around these things. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to segregate visas into 5 types, because there's a lot of confusion on the internet. Everywhere you Google it, you YouTube it, there's a lot of confusion which country needs what visa. Obviously I can't tell you exactly details for every countries, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an overview of the 5 kinds of visas there are, and those are the visas which other countries provide to Indians so that we can travel to their countries. I'm going to dive straight in now. I'm also going to give you examples on the way so you know which countries I'm talking about, right? So the very first kind of visa would be visa-free countries. Now when I say visa-free countries, I don't mean those countries which give you a visa for free, but I mean those countries where you can go without a visa, where you can enter without a visa, that is visa-free. So I think in one of the last videos, I explained to you one European country which does that, which is Serbia. So Serbia, you just need your passport, you go there and you can stay there for a certain amount of time. Same goes with Bhutan. Again, you can go there, you just need your passport, you don't need anything else. Now you would say Nepal also, not really Nepal. Nepal, I don't really think you need a passport as well. So Bhutan is a country where either you need your passport or your voter ID card, but the entry is free. Now, some would say there was news recently that you need to pay some amount to get into Bhutan. Yes, this is quite possible in the coming months, which they had enrolled a few months back, but this is not a visa fee. This is just a fee which foreigners are already paying. For example, I believe they pay $250 per day just to get into Bhutan. It is not a visa fee. It is just if they want to get in, they have to pay $250 a day. So that kind of a fee, Indians are going to be paying, I believe, in a few months. It was going to enroll already, but because of COVID, I am not sure if that is happening. Anyway, coming back to visa. So I guess you've understood now the visa-free part of it, which is Serbia and Bhutan are 2 example countries for that. There are also a few Caribbean countries which come under this. Caribbean comes to the east of South and Central America, which is those islands of, say, Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, Grenada, Jamaica, all these places, Puerto Rico, all these places come there, and some of these island nations give free entry to Indians. The second after visa free would be visa on arrival. Visa on arrival is another very popular type of visa that is provided to the Indians. Most of the Southeast Asian countries run on visa on arrival. One I'm going to talk to you about is Vietnam. Now guys, you need to understand that sometimes these visas overlap. For example, I'm going to talk to you about a third format as well, but visa on arrival. For example, in Vietnam, you first need to fill a visa form before going there. It's like a e-visa, but it's not an e-visa. You need to fill a form. You take that form, go to the country, give it to them, and then they see it, they check it, and then they give you a stamp visa when you arrive to the destination. This is for Vietnam. Now, you need to know visa on arrival also has different kinds. One would be free and the other would be paid. For example, Maldives, it gives you visa on arrival, but it is completely free of cost. You just need to go there with your passport and they will stamp it, but there is no fee. But that is visa on arrival, right? And for Vietnam, like I said, you need to pay money. That is about $25. right? So this is visa on arrival. You also need to know that some countries who give you visa on arrival for free, that is for a certain number of days. If you want to extend your stay, you probably have to pay. So you need to check that. The third is e-visa. E-visa is another really extremely convenient way of applying to any country. Now, most of the Indians do not know, most of the travel agents, even visa agents do not know that Vietnam is providing an e-visa option. When I say e-visa, you don't have to pre-write a form, get something from the ministry that, oh yes, this person is going to go and this is her pre-checklist or whatever you call it, the document which you require to go there. And then once you go there, you show it to the visa officer, and then they stamp it when you go to Vietnam, and you have to pay there. Now, without doing this, there is one single link. You go to that link, you put in your information, and you receive your visa. That is it. This is what Vietnam is doing. It's extremely easy, guys. And there are so many beautiful countries which are doing this. I myself have visited Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan does it. I'm not even sure how much, but I believe it's somewhere between $18 to $20. You just quickly add in your details. You get the visa within a couple of hours. Sometimes it takes 3-4 days, 5 days. It tells you that we're going to take so many days to process. And you get your visa. You take that paper visa. So now when you say what does it look like, e-visa looks like it's a sheet of paper with your name on it, passport on it, and your entry and exit details which you have to fill. And that's it. You just take this with your passport to the immigration counter, and then they let you go. Armenia is another one which does have e-visa option as well, right? So I think we've covered visa free, visa on arrival, e-visa. Now let's go to sticker visa. Sticker visa is extremely important, guys. A lot of the countries still require Indians to go through an extensive process of sticker visa. The most extensive process you already know is the US visa. The US visa is the most extensive process you will ever go through. Again, you probably know it because normally when you get a US tourist visa, you get it for 10 years. That's a lot of time, guys. So it's like you invest time and you get that much back. You get a 10-year US valid visa. No other country in the world gives you such a long tourist visa. Schengen countries, for example, for Schengen you have to go through a long process. Not as long as the US one, but you still have to go through a long process, and you get probably a 1-month visa or a 3-month visa for Schengen countries, which is in Europe. So when I say sticker visa, that means you need to have certain documents, you need to go to the embassy, you probably need to give an interview, you need to give biometrics, you need to pay a lot of money. In INR, it would be anywhere between 8 to 15,000 for whatever countries there are, whatever I discussed. Turkey is also one of them where you need a sticker visa. Turkey visa costs quite a bit. So just a quick bonus, I'll just slide it in. So I normally recommend people who are going to Turkey, I recommend them to go and apply for the US visa and not the Turkey visa. Turkey visa costs you somewhere around 9 to 10,000. The US visa, when I got it, probably a year or two back, it costed me 11,000 rupees. Guys, might as well just get a US visa. Trust me. And then you will say, but if I want to go to Turkey, why do I take a US visa? Then how do I go to Turkey? Because this is the 5th kind of visa. That is when you have a valid visa of one country, you can go to other countries with that visa. And US valid visa is of utmost importance for Indians especially. Because guys, once you have a US valid visa, you can really travel anywhere, almost anywhere. So when you have a US valid visa, you can actually go to Turkey on an e-visa. You don't have to do the whole process. So for me, I visited Turkey twice. I have a US valid visa. What I do is I go online, I put my details, I say I have a US valid visa, I put the number of that visa, bam, 2 hours, Turkey visa is with me, I'm flying tomorrow. Do you understand the difference? You save a lot of time, money and energy, guys. So I always tell people, if possible, get a US valid visa. I know the success rates are sometimes not very good for US valid visa, but again, this is all in the mind. Trust me, it is in the mind. If you know how to do it, if you need an agent to do your US visa, just go do it. Spend a little more money, because with that one visa, you can travel the whole wide world. For example, Georgia. This is the 5th type of visa, guys, I'm talking to you about, right? I went to Georgia. No, not the state in US, but the country which is bordered by Azerbaijan and Armenia. Georgia, Tbilisi being the capital of Georgia. So guys, same with Georgia. Georgia, you probably don't know, but has a lot of issues regarding visas. People have been sent back even if they have an e-visa. Georgia, now there are countries which give you different options of visas. Georgia is one. It gives you option of sticker visa, also of an e-visa, and third, if you have a US valid, you can enter, or a Schengen valid. So there are 3 ways you can enter Georgia for Indians, guys. But you also need to know, for e-visa people who got the e-visa for Georgia, guys, almost about 50% of them were sent back. Okay, maybe 50% is a larger number, but people were sent back even after they have had an e-visa. Now that is a topic for another video, but I'm just telling you, different countries have different ways of offering visa. So guys, these are the 5 different kinds of visas that every country provides, and some countries have different ways of providing visas. So if you have any questions regarding visas, do write to me, do write in the comment section. I will tell you which way to go. I can give you the best possible option. Also, as I love to give bonuses, the bonus which I've already given you, please get a US valid visa, guys. Once you get a US valid in your passport, nobody will stop you from visiting any other country. So I really hope you guys liked the video. If you liked it, please leave your comments. I'm going to come with some really interesting videos next. I have something in mind and you will see it soon. So guys, have a great day. Thank you so much, and do subscribe to my channel.